Hey, and welcome back to Creatives in the Spotlight. I'm the show's creator and host, Paul Hurley. Today, I've got Billy Joseph Jr., who's probably not a stranger to most of you guys. Billy has been really tearing it up out there. Say hey, Billy.
Hello. Right. Glad to be here. Paul, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure always to hang out with you and to act with you and be on set with you. I tell you, you're just professional in every mannerism and just, man, you're going to make it. You're doing killer work. I follow you online, and you've been doing a lot of traveling, a lot of filming. So why don't you tell me a little bit about when you got started and who inspires you and all that good stuff. So
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I think as far as acting goes, really, really jumping in hard for the last 4 or 5 years. But interested in it for a lifetime, right? So,
right.
definitely intrigued by film. I have an interesting story where I grew up in Cherokee County, South Carolina. So, I'll give away my age a lot by giving some of these. I'm not giving dates.
Right.
You'll have to do your research, to calculate. But
dig to find that
right.
one.
But yeah. So I was really intrigued with film. I don't know, just maybe as we all were, kids of that.
Everybody
generation.
in our Gen X era was
Sure.
like,
But
I want to be on TV. I want to be in a movie.
yeah,
That was the
totally.
thing to do.
Yeah, and I loved the Incredible Hulk. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I never became him, but but I remember playing in the yard. I would rip my jeans up and
Right.
rip my clothes up, and then I would turn into the Incredible Hulk, and really loved that. But I really loved David Banner more than I loved the Hulk. There was some sadness about him that I always connected with.
Right.
And so I would play that in the yard. My cousins lived nearby. I had a lot of cousins. My dad had like 14 brothers and sisters, and we all lived in this little area. It wasn't a compound, but
Right.
we just lived in this little community there in the county by ourselves in the country. And so we were about the same age, and we would act out the Wizard of Oz. I mean, we all had characters to play, and about I don't know how old I was exactly, but the whole time I was growing up, Duke Energy was building a nuclear power plant in Cherokee County.
Right.
And it was only about a mile, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles from our house, my grandfather's farm, where most of us lived. And they literally built a railroad line behind my house through our backyard, and between our house and my uncle's house that was behind us, and built a new highway, like right across that too. So there was this intersection there, and that railroad line and the new highway both went to what was going to be the nuclear power plant, that facility. And so that project ended up going bankrupt, so they didn't end up building the facility. But Earl Owensby from Shelby had purchased the facility and turned it into an underwater filming studio.
Wow.
So James Cameron comes to town and makes The Abyss in Cherokee County, South Carolina, in an abandoned nuclear reactor.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so that was exciting because we played on that railroad line every day, and would try to get to the end of that line, to see what was going on. I remember a crew stopping to ask directions. This is before GPS. And so crew would stop and ask for directions to the studio.
Right.
And there was a ton of buzz about this film. I mean, this was I don't know, many $1 million film. I mean, I don't know the exact number. I do know that it kept growing and growing, and James Cameron got in trouble for that. But that film was another thing that really inspired me as far as filmmaking goes, and just the glamour, I guess you think of a film. And so in college, I did some modeling, and a little bit of background work. And then through the years, I worked for a museum there in Gaffney, and we would do ghost walks, historical ghost walks like they have in Savannah and Charleston. We would just do them around Halloween. Dinner theaters, those types of productions. So I got to be in those types of productions more from a living history and and even production standpoint.
That's
in
awesome.
those ends. And then as I had kids, and as my kids got older, and started driving on their own, and I was no longer Ubering them everywhere, then I had a little more free time, and actually had a lady say to me who was a casting agent, and she said, we need. This is what she said. I'll say, we need more older male models. You should consider it. So I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm not old enough for that. But anyway, I took her up on that, and so I got back into some modeling work and commercial work.
Right.
So print work is not what it used to be. So when I was in college, print work was print. And now print includes a lot of video too. So worked on commercial projects, and then I remember getting asked to audition for a short film, the lead role in a short film, and I thought, I'm not really experienced as an actor, so as a film actor,
right.
I had done living history stuff, and I had done that type of storytelling, but I did the audition, and I got the role, and it was a powerful role, and I fell in love with it, and the rest is history. So just kind of kicked off from there, and then continued to pick up parts and on different projects. Got to work with you on The Run. That was exciting. Always exciting. And
we did Frank is Dead.
We did Frank is Dead together.
We've done a couple of projects together.
We have. Were we at Tulsa King together?
Yeah.
We were at Tulsa King together. Yeah. I thought so. Yeah.
Season 2, episode 2.
Right. So we did Tulsa King together.
Yeah.
So just, I don't know, man. I just, I really fell in love with it in a way that I wasn't expecting. I mean, I loved movies.
Right.
But from an acting standpoint, it's different. Now I don't have time to watch anything. So
no, I get that.
Like people say, "What have you watched?" So and so. I'm like, "No, I'm still finishing."
And I used to love taking my movie day and just watching good films.
Right.
So you can not really critique them, but learn from their camera angles and what you possibly might have done to make it a little better.
Sure.
Or what have you? But. I don't have time for that myself.
I know.
It sucks. It really does. You almost have to set aside a movie weekend.
Right.
Just, I'm not doing anything that weekend, but me.
Yeah.
You got to take time out.
And when does that happen?
Not often.
Right.
Not often.
Right.
I was just looking at the calendar the other day, and I was like, ooh, I got a free weekend coming up in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's subject to
probably
change.
Will fill up, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That happens a lot. So it's rare. We did go. I wanted to see the new Jurassic Park movie while it was in the theater, because I've seen all of them in the theater since I guess I was a kid, since they've been coming out, and then I also wanted to see Superman. Mm-hmm. In the theater. So
what was your take on that? There's a lot of controversy on it.
I'll say that within the first 30 minutes, I hated it. But by the end of it, I was crying and I loved it. So it changed.
If you don't walk out in the first 30 minutes, you might be sold on it then.
In my opinion, for me, I was a child of Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Same.
I was able to watch this Superman in the same theater that I remember watching. Oh my God, here I go giving an age away again. I remember watching Superman 2 and 3 in that theater, and with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah,
and
same.
I don't remember watching Superman 1 in the theater. So that's kind of giving my age a little bit, but
that was 78. So
I wasn't giving years.
I was 5. I'm not afraid.
Right. So,
but no, I get it. I really wish I could hide my age, but the more gray starts popping out.
Sure.
I'm just I'm going to go gracefully.
Right.
Well,
it's so I liked it. I ultimately liked it, and I have that's been the case with all the Superman films for me. You know, it's like, of course I have my favorites, but I still like them all. And so I ended up liking this one as well.
That's good.
It just threw me a little bit. There were some things at the start, and I was like, I don't know about this. But it grew on me.
Well, let me ask you this: what inspires you to chase it so much? I mean, you were so busy. My hat's off to you. You know, when you're posting pictures of red carpets in California and all over the country, you've been filming. Just what drives you?
I don't know really, because every time I think, oh my gosh, I don't have a drop of energy left. But I think it's just that it's a bit like a drug, which I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, it is.
To be on set and to be able to just step into that other person.
It's kind of like a relief sometimes, isn't it?
Oh yeah, totally.
It's like, I don't have to be me anymore. You know, all my troubles, worries, all that shit, you just set it aside. And then you get to be a completely different person that you get to create from the storyline.
Yeah.
And you get a break. You know, you're creating art, but you're getting a break from reality to an alternate reality to create something beautiful.
Right.
So that's the way I look at it, because, you know, being me sometimes isn't real fun. Yeah, I wake up and I'm like, oh, I got to do this again.
I know, right?
So
work again. Well, it's just, and I think I've just fallen in love with every character that I've played.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
And I think I've probably, I never was doing, I was never really doing any audition for a role just because it paid a certain amount. I've not been offered that much, but look for the characters that I'm really connected to.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the fortunate events that I've been able to land those roles, and I've been blessed to be able to land a lot of roles, it's always characters that I've connected to in some way. Don't get scared. I know I've played serial killers, but but even with a character like that, to me, like my automatic thought for that character is, all right, what caused him to be this way? And so that's kind of where I go with my thought process on that. It's like, this guy was not born like this.
Right. None of us are. It's
right.
We become products of our environment.
Right.
We adapt. Whatever your reality is, that's what you're going to become.
Right. And so I try to look at that from the character standpoint. And then it's fun, too. I mean, there's just a fun aspect to it. You know, I mean, it's fun killing zombies, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
never a dull moment.
Never. And so, those are, but yeah, I just love the characterization of who I get to become and who I get to play and get to pour into that character, and been blessed to work with directors who have let me develop the character under their guidance, but also in a way that I connect to the character, you know, so they've allowed me input into that character without stripping me of all that.
That's good, because if you can put your little creative twist on it, your own little personal signature, then it helps you relate more to that character.
Definitely. And I feel like that can come across in the audition as well. So it's, you know, we hear all the time from podcasts and coaches and casting directors. You know, we're looking for something unique or something that stands out, something that's different. Well, the only thing really that's different is you. So if you can tap into what's you,
your
about
creative signature,
what's unique about this character that's me, you know.
Right.
So I think that can help in the audition process as well. Maybe, and it's not even necessarily an overthinking of that. It's just being yourself in that.
Right.
You're having to become this other character. Yes, you're having to become. I guess the caveat to that might be if you're playing the character of if you're like playing Elvis, you know. So then if you're playing a certain person, a historical figure, then maybe less of you, and more of trying to really
depends
really
on if it's a to the story type story.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. But right now, just a word from our sponsor.
You're a studio photographer and you need a full access studio all at one price. Click below to find out more.
Hey, and we're back to Creatives in the Spotlight. Billy and I were just chatting a little bit during the break about some projects he's been in. Billy, tell us what you've been working on the past year or so and what you'd like to promote, what film.
Oh, wow. Done a lot over the last year. I
know.
I'll just mention the highlights from the summer. Then I did 2 features over the summer and one short that I produced and starred in. It was a busy summer as I did those really back to back, like literally like one day, next day, one next day. So that was fun, but very challenging from a physical and emotional standpoint. Actually, guys, technically I did 3 features this summer. So I did one that will be coming out. It'll be streaming soon. It's called Meat, and I'm the meat. And, it is, my best way of describing it is it's a mix between Desperate Housewives and Saw. So
so it's soft porn with a twist.
Oh goodness, this twist would be.
We went straight kinky on that, didn't we?
Right, so that should be coming out streaming soon. They keep telling me any moment. So that'll be coming out, and then I did another feature this summer called A New Beginning. You just had Jenna Parise on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and she's always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been able to work with Jenna twice now. So Jenna and I were in A New Beginning together with Weston Lawson, who's also in On the Run, and we did that feature, which is exciting. Olive is playing my daughter.
Nice.
And so that. We're all excited about that. I think it's going to look really good. It's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but we filmed it this summer.
Well, Jenna actually said something to me the other day. I think this was like our 4th or 5th project that we'd been on, and she was like, "Why do you keep popping up everywhere?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Promise, I'm not a stalker. I'm just hired to do a job."
It's interesting, but we do. It's a big film community, but at the same time, we do overlap a lot. You know, and so that's exciting. And I have had that happen even with commercial shoots. Where I've got guys that I just call like my brother because we end up being on commercial shoots together like randomly. It's not even planned, but yeah. So and Jenna and I worked first together on the Twin Minder. So I have to obviously mention it. It's streaming now on Fossum TV.
All right.
And so. That's an exciting one where I played identical twin brothers, both of which are pretty bad guys.
Yeah.
And so it's like a toss-up over who's the worst, I guess. But and that was an adaptation of a novel that's of the same name, The Twin Minder.
Something about that gene pool, I guess.
Right. And I fell in love with that story and was blessed to be able to play that part. I think that was a very unique opportunity for me that a lot of actors just not ever they're never in a position to get a role where you're playing opposite yourself, right? I was all over that as soon as I had the opportunity to do that and very excited about it. And then I did another feature this summer called Before We Knew, which is a coming of age story where my daughter is dating a guy that I don't approve of, and we have to go through that process of me learning to like him, and so it's a very special story.
While plotting where to hide the body, right?
Yeah. Yes. And I worked with some amazing talent. Those were all shot in Georgia, in the Atlanta area, and just on all three of those projects, just some amazing people that I got to work with and hope to get to work with again.
There is a lot of talent in the film industry. You know,
absolutely.
a lot of amazing, just good-hearted, good people. You know, and that's commendable because you know, in almost every aspect of you know, job or hobby or, you know, whatever clique you're in, I've found it to be really amazing that in the entertainment industry, there's so many just good-hearted people.
We absolutely hear the worst stories for publicity's sake, I suppose, and everything is not the National Enquirer story from Hollywood, you know. So, yes, definitely, there's some really amazing people. I was blessed to produce a film this summer on men's mental health, which is a passionate topic for me, and that film, because I was producing, I was able to really just pick people, especially crew members that I wanted to work with, that I would feel safe as the lead actor in this, who was going to have a lot of heavy drama, that I would feel safe literally breaking down in front of, and that really goes into what you're saying. It was not a challenge at all. There were so many that I didn't get to choose because there were so many that I could have also worked with that I felt safe with. And so I was quite blessed. And that project's called Embrace. We wrapped filming on it this summer. It deals with self-harm. It deals with PTSD. It deals with a lot of mental health issues. And the purpose of that film is to draw awareness to mental health issues. And so I'm excited about it. It's in post-production now. And it's I'll be extremely excited to see that.
You can't beat that feeling of excitement right before something that you've been in is about to come out.
I know, I'm so anxious. Like
it's like you're a parent waiting for the child to be born. You're like, I don't want to see it. I want to see it.
The poor editor and director, I'm just hounding them constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Like,
it's in post. Where are we? It's been 2 days.
Right. Do you need any help?
Right. We need to push this along.
I'll come over and coach you. You know, rah, 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 whatever it takes.
But I do think that's important. The mental health aspect of, I think that's kind of where I go, as we were talking earlier, for most of my characters when I'm looking at how to become that character. I tend to go to that mental health aspect of the character.
Right.
Like if it's the dad, then he's stressed over this guy that's dating his daughter, or you know, if it's the serial killer, you know, what led him to be this way, or in this case, it was the trauma that this man dealt with that caused him to suffer this PTSD that has completely destroyed his family.
Right.
I have a film that's actually it's going to be in the Tryon Film Festival that Jordan Ellis wrote and produced with Andrew Huggins here in Charlotte, called Thrive.
I've worked with Andrew. He's a good guy.
Yeah, both of those guys are amazing, and the story's really beautiful. But it's another story like that. It's, you know, I play this man who, you know, at midlife is now suffering from the trauma from, you know, the abuse he suffered as a child. And so those stories can really have an impact on somebody when they watch it, if they need help, or they can reach out to someone, for them to realize they can reach out to someone, or maybe it's just someone who can recognize it in someone else.
Right.
It's not everyone has dealt with that, thank God. But there's, you know, they might have a friend who has, or they can be more compassionate about that, or they can
have a better understanding, or had been down that path before and knew the choices to make from there and what the outcome may be.
Absolutely. So, yeah, just so many great opportunities. Like, I've just been blessed to work with so many great people.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've enjoyed every time we've worked together, and you know, we, like you said, we're a big film family, but they overlap, you know, and you end up working with several people on multiple projects over and over, and you know, you got to really be blessed with the camaraderie and the way that people just pull together and make it happen.
Absolutely.
You know. So, Billy, what else have you got coming up? What would you like to tell us about? I mean, not all of us have been in the red carpet in Hollywood, so.
Well, I've got a couple of projects lined up, so I will be shooting a feature. I have 2 features coming up. One is in New York sometime this fall, and then in the spring I have another feature. I think that will be in LA. It might be next summer, depending on how we can work my schedule out. And then I do have a short, a long short, another drama that I'm a part of that's supposed to be filming here in September and October. And then whatever gets thrown in the mix, right? So,
right. I got to find a free month of you for a couple of weekends too for something I got in the works.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. I think you know what it is, but
it's always exciting. So, I mean, I look at my calendar. I'm like, oh God, I have September free. Breathe, and then if I don't,
bam.
I know usually it gets filled up, but I think. But if I'm not working one weekend, if I'm not filming, panic. I'm like, I'm never going to work again. I didn't book anything this month.
Well, it was how when I first started out, I didn't want to say no.
Right.
Somebody said I got the perfect role for you, whatever. Okay, I'm in. But as time progressed and things have ventured forward in this, I'm a little more selective.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah. Because you don't want to be stereotyped in a film that's got a message that doesn't agree with you and stuff like that. So I'm very cautious.
Yeah, I've definitely declined a few.
But I have taken a few that just completely, if I'd read it, I'd have said, heck no, I ain't doing it. But then I did it, and it was fun. It was funny. And, I'm going to get teased about it. But, I know it's coming.
Right,
I know it's coming.
Right.
I end up dancing the tango in a movie with another guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be funny, for sure.
Well, I didn't even know how to dance the tango. It came like, okay, here are your instructions. And I went, oh.
Well, there is a component, I think, of developing that you do have to push your limits a little bit, So, I mean, and, I know that's not like an extreme thing that you that's not an extreme example of that.
Right.
But, I think there's times when it doesn't necessarily that it's something sexual or something, that might be viewed as inappropriate. It's just whatever you might not automatically feel comfortable doing.
If you've got a feeling about it, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Sometimes sometimes you just like, all right, I'm going to learn to do that, right? So I might not know how to do this particular activity, but I'll learn it. And that challenge is another intriguing part of acting, I think, is when you do decide to challenge yourself.
Right. I think I kind of stepped out of that box because I get typecast a lot as a cop.
Sure.
Well, I had the chance to play a slasher killer stalker, which is the opposite end of the spectrum, right?
Right.
And I enjoyed it. I mean, not that much, but I mean, I enjoyed it.
I know. Well, I know what you mean. Like,
but it was a character change.
I'm like depressed middle-aged guy or dad or a combination of those a lot.
It's like I do that all the time.
I know. I'm like,
I'm method acting
that's
here.
Not even like a challenge. And but yeah, so those roles are fun, So it's and you
get to step out of the box.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so it's exciting and
it's enlightening to find out that there's a side of you that kind of enjoys that thought.
I know, and you hear like
you learn so much about yourself.
Like you're a really creepy killer. Like oh okay,
I don't really need to piss this guy off. Well, Billy, it has been an absolute honor and a pleasure, brother. I look forward to being on set with you again soon.
Same.
Guys, check out his links, his socials. What do you got? You got Facebook, Instagram? Tell us a little bit about it.
I have Facebook and Instagram. Both are Billy Joseph Jr. I think it's like at Billy_Joseph_ Jr. But if you type in Billy Joseph Jr., my face pops up.
Or just follow the link right here, guys.
Right, follow the link wherever it's at. And my website will take you to all of that, and that's BillyJosephJr.com.
So you have your own .com?
I do.
Oh, I'm jelly now, bro.
They can be purchased online. And
we'll talk about that after the show.
And so, and IMDb, of course. Click my IMDb link, please, because
check out that IMDb.
Always like that. And I do have YouTube and TikTok. I'm just not good on that. Like, I don't keep it updated.
I don't post a lot. I go on and watch videos when I'm bored, and I'm like, is that a thing? Yeah.
Right. I would say Instagram is the easiest one for me to use.
Yeah.
So I use it more often, and whatever happens on Instagram just automatically copies to Facebook. Mm-hmm. So Facebook's fairly up to date.
Same. I usually like to do that myself. Yeah. Just share it from Instagram.
Right. That's the way.
Makes it easier.
That's the way I do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, brother. Guys, this guy's going places. Be sure to check him out. Check out his socials. Follow his journey. And I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.